Hello and welcome to Tour 77. Yeah, and it's another video. 3 days in a row. Lucky you. In today's video, I wanted to talk about tire choice. Really, I'm just talking about tire choice because I haven't bought any tires. I haven't even got a car yet. But as you guys know, I am planning to go overland into Africa simply because I believe it is the best solution and the best way to travel Africa. I think at this moment it is definitely the best way to travel Africa, and it's also a very unique way to travel Africa. This is the reason why I'm doing it. But enough of that. I want to get more technical. I want to talk about tire choice because, guys, I have to be very careful with the way I do things. I need to travel Africa. I want to make sure that I'm able to negate pretty tough terrain-ish, rough from my point of view. I want to be able to cover as much ground as possible, as efficiently as possible. Now, of course, this means that I'll have to be very careful with my tire choice. I also have to be careful with the amount of money I'm spending on tires. I don't want to spend a bomb on tires. At some point, I'm going to have to change them. I'm going to be trying to do my best to take care of them, but you know how tires can be. Tires can be, depending on the terrain. You could have one puncture in 20,000 miles. You could have a multitude of punctures in that same period of time, especially if you're not taking care of them. So I know I've got to take care of the tires. I know that I've got to inflate and deflate depending on the terrain. I know that I need to rotate those tires weekly. I'm going to rotate them, and yeah, I'm going to be doing everything I can in my power in order to make sure I take care of the tires so they give me as much life as possible, and so I am able to cover as much and so I'm also able to cover as much off the road as possible, the journey. Don't know what's going on with me, man. I've just eaten. So these are things I've got to think about. I already got those things in my mind, but now I've got to think about tire choice. Okay, because you got your normal road tires, you got your full off-road tires, and you've got your all-terrains. You have your mud terrains. You have grapplers, which is a combination really of both all-terrain and mud terrain. And I've really got to balance this out. Because once again, I'm trying to do things as efficiently as possible. The car's going to be very light. I'm hoping to put the lightest materials, use the lightest materials in the vehicle, which is going to cost more, but I think it will save me money in the long run as I drive the car 50,000 miles or something like that. It's going to be ridiculous. Yes, I know, 50,000 miles. Yeah, it's going to be a long journey. So if I'm covering that much ground, I've really got to make sure I get tires that are not only the right tire choice in terms of whether it's an all-terrain or a mud-terrain or a grappler, but also in the quality of the tire. I won't be skimping on tires. I will be using reasonable quality tires in order to drive Africa. I believe that the better the quality of the tire, the less chance I have at actually getting a puncture, which is brilliant. So I will be using a high quality tire. I won't be I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I don't get punctures. So I will be taking a puncture kit. I will be doing my best to rotate them every single week. Not even my best. I will be rotating them every single week. Now, I'm not sure whether you guys know, but that clearly will make sure that the tires wear evenly and that I get as much life out of them, because the tires are not constantly being put on the road there's always going to be one tire that's going to be given rest. Bless them. So yeah, when we're talking about actual brands, I don't know which brands are going to be the best ones for me. I'm going to do a lot of research. I'm going to have to kind of get a feel for it. I know there have been other Overlanders who have done Africa, and I'm going to take a look and see what they've done. Most of the ones that I've seen, they've used all-terrains. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with that, because I don't really want to do mud terrains. You know, I need a tire that's going to be suitable to drive on dirt, in desert, on the beach if need be, you know, and on also on asphalt. So all terrains for me, I think, is the way to go. Leona, I'm also planning to not be as, you know, pedantic really when it comes to the technical side of things. Just going to get a bloody car, get it ready to a decent specifications. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I do want it to feel good. I want the car to feel good. I want it to drive good. I want it to be livable, right? So I do want to get it to that point, but I'm not going to be doing, like, I don't know, crazy stuff like sticking extra fuel tanks underneath the car and stuff. I'm not going to do anything like that. If I need extra fuel, then I'll carry jerry cans, a decent sized jerry can, you know, and I'll use those jerry cans as and when I need to use those jerry cans. I'm not going to keep it filled with fuel, because, you know, that's weight, and I'm trying to keep the car as light as possible. Tires are the most important thing when it comes to driving, but even if you go onto YouTube and you look at all the people who have driven Overland, there's not an exact science to it. Nobody has a perfect tire for, you know, the Sahara Desert. No, there is no perfect tire for the Argentina or Siberia. They all, even though all of those environments are completely different, so it's crazy. You know, it's a wild one, but I'm having to really. But I'm going to have to find my way by feeling my way. It's just the way it's got to be. And hopefully, if I get a decent quality tire with with the right pressures, have the right weight and the right ratios towards the pressures and everything else, if I get everything correctly, I'm hoping that those tires will last me. You're going to think I'm sounding crazy, but I'm hoping that the tyres will last me the entire journey. They won't, but I'm hoping they will. Or at least down to South Africa. That'll be really cool. But let's see what happens. I'm going to talk more about wheels as well, because wheels are really important. I think I'm going to talk about wheels tomorrow. It's a tough one again, but I believe I've made my choice already. So I'll get back to you on that one. So guys, I'd like to thank you for staying with me this evening. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in tomorrow's video on Tour 77. Until the next time, take care.